Hi, Darcy. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Okay, this is a bit awkward because we actually had an interview for a website before, so it feels so weird. So it's the third time that I ask you how are you doing. First we finished
Yeah,
before starting the interview, and now well that's a bit weird, but yeah.
we can live
But
with it.
yeah. But let's talk about your band, Rioghan, and about the album that you are going to release on 14th of February. So, what would you like to share with us about this new album?
Well, at first, I would like to share before the release date, we are having a live stream where we play the whole album from cover to cover, just as it is, and we play it live because it was kind of difficult to make up what kind of like headline you would put on that or something because people are always having pre-release parties and that kind of stuff, but then you just listen to the album before the release. But this time in the live stream, no, we are not just listening to it, we are playing it live.
Yeah,
So that's very interesting. Probably we have been rehearsing a lot and we have designed the lights and we have designed the stage and choreography stuff, so it will be a show, definitely. So
looking
I would
forward.
love to see everyone there. And the day after, when the album is released, that's of course Valentine's Day, so we're gonna have some fun
Yeah,
then
yeah.
too.
And I'm going to share the link to buy the ticket for the live stream so people can buy it and come to enjoy your live stream show.
Perfect.
Yeah, and what are the themes of this new album? The album name is Kept, and it's the debut album was different kind of losses, and I'm not pronouncing it in a good way, but and now it's Kept. So what can you tell about the the lyrics, for example?
Well, if we compare it to the first album, like because that was different kinds of losses, so all the songs and lyrics were themed in that, so they were stories about loss of something. And with this new album Kept, we are focused on telling different stories where someone or you have been kept in or by or from something. So they are different stories how to be kept.
Yeah, yeah. So far, you released four singles from this album, and in Edge, you are on this circle, doing the Moonchild pose, if I remember the name of the pose.
I don't even know, so let's go with
Yeah,
that.
yeah. How was that experience?
Well, it was more difficult than it looked, probably. I had never done anything like that before. We shot it in a local circus school, and the circus school owner Marianne came to help us. And yeah, of course, I have done some yoga and that kind of stuff. So I think it might have helped a little, but it was not fairly easy because it's just like very like thin metal ring and you
Yeah,
have to somehow balance yourself in it. And then of course, because that wasn't hard enough, Mikko wanted to put it swinging. So it was an experience, and I really liked it because I like to challenge myself in different ways. But yeah, I had a terrible bruise on my tailbone after
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I tried that is trapezius thing, or how the ring thing
Hmm.
once with my workmates, because um, one one of my workmates, she is an instructor of that. So we
Okay.
went there to try, because we like to try different activities. So and yeah, it's way more difficult than what it looks. Also, I'm very short. It was very difficult with short limbs to try to to do the same things. And yeah, I had bruises everywhere. Also, I had at some point to just make me fall off that, because it was spinning, and I start to feel not well. I'm going to throw up if I stayed here,
Oh,
so I just jump off. And then I remember that I tried to get on the, on the ring again, or it was, I don't remember what kind of position, but I had to get my hands lower,
hmm.
and I knew that I have to do like slowly, because otherwise my hand's going to open. And yeah, one hand came down slowly, but the other and then I was, oh no.
Oh
it was
no, that's
it was
terrible.
like that memories from when I was a gymnast. Yeah. Same
Yeah,
thing,
we
but yeah.
we also had this like huge mattress underneath the ring, so in case I would fall or something, it wouldn't be like straight to concrete. So,
Yeah.
but I didn't fall uh at all. One time we tried to shoot like a scene where I would fall like intentionally from the ring, but it didn't work out as we thought, because when you fall from the ring, then the ring kind of it's there
Swinging.
becomes a huge motion in there, because we
Yeah.
wanted to it like just to stay, and then I would fall off of it, but then we cut it differently to the video. So
Yeah. Yeah. How did you get on the ring? Because you had all those you were dressed up and with the makeup, and there were the flower on the ring. So how did you get on the ring?
I just climbed. And actually, I got some lipstick on the dress at some point when I tried to climb it, and then we were looking at the still photos from the set, like, oh no, is it is it visible on the video? But no, I guess it wasn't. We tried to look it carefully, but yeah, I messed it up, of course.
Yeah, well, you were not in an easy position. So,
Yeah, that's how I try to tell myself that it's okay.
yeah. Are you going to try again this ring activity without the dress up and makeup, of course?
Well, why not? Why not? It seemed fun and
Yeah,
really challenging. Like maybe you could learn some different kind of stunts
yeah, yeah.
doing there, because the circus school owner Marianne showed us like, yeah, you can do all kinds of things in this ring, and we were like, no, humans cannot move like that. So yeah, it kind of left small thoughts like, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe someday.
maybe. Yeah. But you know that bruises are going to be part of it now.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. And then in the video ends, there were a lot of ends. So how was to shoot that video?
Well, actually, we uploaded making of that video to our
Okay.
YouTube channel, and there was this one very authentic situation from the end of the shooting, when the video was ready and Mikko informed that now we have everything we need. Then I was like, well, that was weird. And then we all just laughed. Like, it's you don't think about it when you are shooting the video and you are in the song somehow, like you are acting in a way. But right when the music stops and the shooting stops, then we are like, dude, get get far away, please. This is weird.
How many
Yeah.
people were there with their hands?
There were four people in total. There was my husband and our bassist Antti, and then two of my friends, Saara and Eetu.
Yeah. Was it difficult for them to use their hands in a theatrical way? I would say.
Well, I don't know. At least they didn't complain anything to me. But I think it was, well, looking from the end result, it didn't seem difficult or weird at all. And I think it helped that there's only the hands visible, so they didn't have to think about like their faces or should I be like this or like that. And we took multiple shots from different angles, and Mikko instructed a little, like maybe you should move your hands more here and more like aggressively and more fast and that kind of thing. So I think we just had a lot of footage and we tried many different things. So we got cool end results.
Yeah, yeah. And there was some body painting on the ends
Yeah.
also. So was I think about, for example, your husband. Was it easy to wash off, or he had some goldish color on his hands for a longer time?
It was black grease paint, like body
Okay.
paint, and then gold dust, edible gold dust over it. So it was kind of difficult to wash off, but with oil it gets a lot
Yeah.
more easily. So I had the bottle of coconut oil so
Yeah.
they could use it, and then like some kind of face cream, and then I think we got most of it off. But yeah, it wasn't just like, yeah, go wash your hands and you're done. It needed
Yeah,
to
it
be
was a bit
removed
more complex.
precisely. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And what's about the music video? I mean, the idea behind the music video of Ryogan is an idea that you have, or is someone else that put the idea of how the video should be, and so on?
Well, usually all our videos are made by Mikko from Arni Visuals, and me and Mikko kind of go way back. And we have very blessed situation that we have kind of two bodies, one brain. So when I think of something and I try to explain what ideas I have and what do I think and what would I like something to look, then Mikko knows instantly what I mean, and the end results are exactly how I pictured it in my mind. So
That's great.
that's incredible, and that's like you don't just find that kind of people. It just
It's so rare.
it's so rare, and I'm incredibly happy that we have such a great crew. But yeah, we usually have a few meetings for like brainstorming the video ideas, and for the new album's videos, hands is pretty much Mikko's vision, because I didn't have any like lightning struck vision about it. So and he had, so I told him, yeah, let's do this, you can do it. And for Edge, that was pretty much my idea and my is it screenwriting or what is it
Yeah,
called
yeah.
when you write a video?
I think that it's
Yeah,
right, but yeah.
yeah. And the video for distance is also my ideas and my like the storytelling how it should go, but then the visions are from Mikko.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. It's good. And getting back to the album, where did you record it?
We recorded it in a few different places. The vocals are recorded at Jyväskylä at Sami's studio, which is called, what is it, SN Audio Production.
Okay.
And also the drums are recorded in Valtteri's home, actually our training space. That's in Valtteri's cellar. But yeah, because our guitarist and songwriter Teemu, he is a professional, what he is, audio engineer. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is called. But yeah, he does this stuff, all of this stuff to other people too. So he has the know-how to everything. So I think it sounds weird that yeah, the whole album has been recorded in our basement, but no, it's actually sounds super awesome. And no one we have told about this hasn't believed it has been recorded in the training space. And the guitars and basses and keyboards are recorded in Teemu's home. I'm pretty sure about that. And some of the keys which are made by Vikram Shankar, they are recorded at his place. And then because there is acoustic piano too in a few songs, that is recorded in a separate studio at some place in USA by
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. How long did it take the whole recording?
Maybe altogether 6 months, probably, or a bit less. It was kind
Yeah.
of a hassle because I had set up some deadlines like I usually do, and then we are just trying to execute.
Is it important to have deadlines?
Yeah, it's very important because if you don't have deadlines, nothing gets done. Because then you just kind of dwell in that, is it good enough, is it ready, maybe we should change that or do this or that or those, and then it's just it might take 5 years to get an album together. But when you have set up deadlines, then you just have to be satisfied what you have in that situation, and then it just
Yeah.
goes forward. At least to me, it's like that. If you don't have deadlines, nothing gets done.
Yeah. And when you write your lyrics and poems, uh, is it that it comes without pressure, or do you feel the pressure that you have to write something now?
Well, I haven't had any pressure yet, but I think I could also perform under pressure. But at this point, I have had so much writing already done that I have just kind of had to choose from existing stuff,
Yeah.
and not like we have 5 songs ready, do the lyrics, and I'm like, oh no, that hasn't happened. So
Yeah. Uh, is it easy to match the lyrics to the song? If
usually
you think,
yes. Maybe there has been a few times when we have actually changed the lyric. Like I have tried to fit in something, and then after a while it's been like, nah, this doesn't go for some reason, and then we have changed it. But usually it is how we are first planned it. That's usually the case. And usually it's kind of like maybe Teemu sends me a demo of something, maybe just some small piece of melody or like one part of a song or something like that. And then I just kind of scroll through the poems I have, and then something just clicks. And let's
Yeah,
try that. And maybe I try a few different things, but usually you know pretty soon from the start when you try something out if it works or not.
yeah, yeah. And in the debut album, you collaborate also with Jona from Catatonia and Einar from Leprous. How did it happen, this collaboration?
Well, to, to put long story short, I just messaged them about the matter, and then I attached to the message our first EP, Black and Sky, that we have done this already, and now we are doing a full album, and maybe they would like to do something in it for it. I was kind of open to what kind of collaboration it would be. Like I didn't specifically be like, yeah, I want to write song with you or something. I was also open for like featuring stuff or and but it kind of progressed naturally that we just wrote the songs.
Yeah, yeah, that's great that they were up and everything went naturally.
Yeah, and Jonas also played the guitar solo for our song Sight because when we finished the demo with him and then we started recording the actual song to the album, then Teemu was like from the demo that this is already as perfect as it can be. Maybe you could ask him if we can just use this one. There is no reason for me to put anything more in this. And then we asked him, and he was like, "Yeah, okay, just use it." So that's kind of happened half accidentally.
Yeah, oh, that's great. But let's go to the question that was left. There is one question on Instagram that my dear friend Bear the Wise Man wrote. I am curious how she chose the artist name and if she pronounced it properly.
Oh
How
dear.
do you pronounce your artist name?
Well, in Finnish, we only pronounce it like it's written, so it's Rioghan. But in English, I have heard many pronunciations for it actually, but I have stuck with Rioghan or Regan, like kind of the A gets away from the middle and the H doesn't sound anything like at all. So those are the most commonly used
Yeah,
pronunciations. I'm not sure if they are right.
I cannot help in this
But
because I'm very bad with English pronunciation, but yeah,
yeah, but usually the most commonly used I have found it's Rioghan.
yeah. And why did you choose it as an artist name?
Well, I have been using the name Rioghan Darcy for my poetry writing, like for many years already. And that actually the whole name is Emma Rioghan Darcy, but it kind of shortened after a while. It's Rioghan Darcy. And then when we got this band thing going, we just at some point, I don't even remember what point that was. Did we even have a conversation about it, or did it just happen?
Okay,
So it's shortened to Rioghan.
okay. Is your real name Emma?
No,
Okay,
no,
I was thinking since there was the Emma before. What's your real name?
Jenny.
Okay. Yeah, typical Finnish name.
Yeah, very typical.
Also, Emma is a typical Finnish name. So,
That's true. That's true.
but yeah, but yeah. When did you start to write poetry?
That is a very tough question. Maybe like when I was 15 or something. No, actually a little bit earlier than that, because I remember I made some kind of presentation of a poetess, Finnish poetess called Maria Leinonen in high school. So it had to be like maybe eighth or ninth grade. Maybe I was like, yeah, 14, something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. Did you at school poetry classes?
We didn't have such thing. I'm
Oh,
I'm from a very small city, or actually, it's not a city; it's a town. So we didn't have any kind of luxury like that.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it was just like the native tongue lessons, and then there was a few classes where we kind of touched poetry subjects, but
okay.
not much else.
Yeah, I think it's a bit different from Italy because I'm from Italy originally, and we had at school poetry. So we studied poetry. How we had to do the paraphrases or whatever. So we had the poetry, and then we have to write what was the meaning. So writing a bit a longer in a longer way.
Yeah,
Uh, so that, and I actually liked a lot poetry. It was one of my favorite thing, and I kind of I think that I have few of those you know books or whatever. It's where I wrote my my kind of poetry, if we want to call them like that.
that's so
So
interesting.
yeah, so sometimes I I have one that I wrote when I was, I think, between 12 and 18,
Hmm.
and sometimes I read and oh god, that's so lame. No, that's so cringe. But then I think, yeah, I was a kid. Of course, I was writing like most was love. Or then on the other side, even if I didn't, I think that I didn't experience really kind of depressing stuff. Still, there was this kind of darkness in the ideas. I don't know why, but
Yeah, I sometimes also I have all the poems I have written in these little notebooks, and at first I have been writing in Finnish, of course, and then at some point it changed to English writing. But yeah, sometimes I read the old poems and I can at some level get back to the moment or the feeling which I had when I wrote this. But then maybe a little bit same as you. I'm like,
yeah.
okay, you could have done this differently. Maybe.
Yeah. And do you like to read poems or do you like just to write?
Well, I also like reading. It goes in phases, really. Like there's a few years that I don't really read at all, and then after a while, then I read everything all at once. So I'm
Same,
kind of
same
that
problem
kind of
here.
person.
Yeah, I can relate. I have like, um, I think 6 books that I bought at some point, and they are there looking at me. So, are you going to read us, or what are you waiting for? They have been there for a while, and at some
Well,
point, I know that if I take the book, then I'm not able to stop, and then I like
yeah,
addict. And then
Yeah,
I
that's
kind of feel depressed when the book is finished because I want that the book is not finished in a way.
yeah, I have the same, and that's kind of that's a positive thing and also a negative thing. And sometimes I kind of hinder starting things because I know that if I start this, then I won't be able to stop. And I need to have like a whole day to just immerse in this thing. And when I don't have a whole day, then I just put it forward and forward and forward. That's kind of annoying, but I'm
Yeah, we are
working on
just
it.
people. We are just people, so
Yeah, yeah, true.
yeah. But talking about music, how did you get into heavier music?
Well, maybe it's I'm not sure actually. That's that's like so many different things have happened, and then you just find yourself there at some point.
Yeah,
It's very hard to think about what are all the aspects that have affected this thing.
yeah. Do you remember more or less what what band was the one that you were listening more in when you got into metal music?
Well, that is something I know because at home, my stepdad had a few albums, and one of the albums was Nightwish's Century Child. And that was like, and it still is the album for me. I know it like from cover to cover, and I know the songs. Like you play 1 second of the song, I know, yeah, that's it. And the first album I have bought with my own money was Nightwish's Once. So
So
Nightwish has
great
always
album.
been very dear to me.
Yeah. Are you still listening to Nightwish nowadays?
Yeah, yeah, I do. And I always listen to the new albums, but when you have had such a great impact from something, then it's kind of inevitable that at some point you just lean back to the memories. And
Mm.
when you try to analyze the songs or the albums like technically, then of course you should like the newer stuff more because it's produced better. There's like the instrumental stuff is better, but it's not at all technical. It's just the feeling and
Yeah, it's
the
the
emotion.
emotion.
Mm.
And now must say that well, Nightwish has been also for me a big a big thing in getting into metal music. But yeah, at some point, even if yeah, the album are amazing, but something is missing, and I don't know really what is missing. If it's just that I'm changed, or it's that as the band evolved, maybe it's not what what I was looking for. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Sometimes
difficult.
things just get lost along the way, and it's not like it's anybody's fault. We are just going to different
Mhm.
directions, and that's
Yeah.
kind of that's something I am a bit afraid of when we make our own music, like new music. And when we have a new album and an album after that, then I'm afraid that at some point I'm like, is this the real thing anymore? Is it like as real and raw as the first ones, or is it too polished or something? Like I don't know. Usually the first few albums from bands are there are a lot more emotions somehow embedded into them, or at least
Yeah,
I
I
feel that
don't
way.
know. I don't know if then happened that there is more pressure and there is more deadlines in a way that if
Mm.
there is the contract, the deal um, with a record company, then they want that you release in 2 years the next album, and maybe you are as an artist not uh, ready, but you have to. So what you are doing then reflect in a way. Um, it's complex, I think, and then also um, it's always that the band needed to experiment,
Yeah.
and sometimes the band then is going to lose some fans but gain new ones, and then maybe the band get back to the old style. It's hard. Art is like kind of open in a way that
Yeah.
it's right to experiment. It's right also to sometimes go to roads that are um, not appealing for the previous fans or listeners. So I think that no band should feel ashamed to try something new or to be scared to try something new. But I think that the people should be more open-minded and still give a chance to listen. And then if it's not that you are going to write a comment. This is shit. I don't like it. Ah, it's it's not like this. You can listen to the old stuff and still support the band. I don't know. Sometimes with social media, I think that people feel the right to write whatever they want without any
Yeah.
consequence, and it's not nice.
Yeah, that's usually I often I think that art, whatever the art is it music or like paintings or anything like that, it's never really shit, you know. It's
Mm,
like it's
yeah,
a different perspective of something. It's the artist has portrayed something in this in their own way, and you either get it
or not.
or you don't. But it's really it's not shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it makes me so mad sometimes when I read comments, and then I'm like, not replying, because if I start to reply, then they put shit on my neck. So I I don't really want to. Well, a few times I just got into kind of social media fights, but I
Oh
try
no.
not to. I try not to, but I it's always the way that you answer to someone, be respectful in a way that you are not you try to explain the things, but usually when you try to explain the things, people get aggressive because they cannot reply in a nice way.
Yeah, well, usually if I encounter people who are behaving badly, I just think about that. Okay, this interaction tells me more about that person than myself. So
That's true.
I just let them be.
Yeah, yeah. But let's get back to the the music
Yeah.
side. What are you listening nowadays?
Right now, I have, of course, my never-ending winter soundtrack, which has a lot of Catatonia in it, and also Rome. That's one of my favorite bands, and also Ordo Rosarius Equilibrio. That's also one of my favorite winter bands. And usually in winter, I listen to a lot of kind of neo folk music and a lot like gothic music. Tiamat is also on my winter winter list. But then when the days are getting lighter, then usually things need to be more upbeat or more aggressive or something like that. And let's see what this year brings. I'm
Yeah,
every year I'm open to suggestions. What is the thing now?
yeah, yeah. That's good to go with the. Well, if I think about what I'm listening, I don't have this winter summer thing. I just it goes with the day, with the mood, with the moment, and sometimes I just well, I'm moving with the bus, so I listen a lot of Spotify
Yeah.
while because I don't want to listen to people talking, and yeah, it's a bit of everything. What did I listen as last song? Let's see what was the last song, just out of curiosity.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
it
gonna
was
get
Dark
what's my.
Sarah, All Years. What was yours?
I listened to Chrome Eyes by Corda. That's
Yeah,
actually Jonas Rengs's other
band.
project. They have
Yeah,
released one EP, and I think it's good because it's very different, but in a way it's not. So there's enough of familiarity, but then there's new spices. So I really like that.
yeah, yeah. And talking about gigs, uh, what was the first rock or metal gig that you attend,
Very tough question.
if you remember?
I'm trying to remember. Well, maybe now also accepted as an answer is the first gig I do remember, if it's
Yeah.
not factually the first one. Uh, well, I have maybe one thing that comes to mind that I saw Uniklubi, which was like a big youth metal, rock metal. I'm not sure if it was even metal. Maybe it was
It was,
rock.
I will
It
say
was
that at the
kind of
beginning was
metal-ish, but
kind of emo,
yeah, yeah,
emo rock
that I would say
with
too.
some metal influences at the beginning. Now they are quite different in doing
Yeah,
music. Yeah.
yeah. Well,
So
that I think that's maybe some of the first memories I have because at the time that was all the rage.
mm,
Everyone was listening to Uniklubi, and they were at the local place Seinäjoki Rytmikorjaamo. Uh, so I got the tickets, and my mom took me there, but then I didn't want her to come to the concert. I was like, no, I'm going alone. You are too embarrassing.
how
And
old
then we
you
just
were?
agreed that, yeah, I needed to figure out what the exact show time was. So she took me there like 10 minutes before, and then I needed to be out at her car right when it ended so I wouldn't go anywhere bad.
So you were underage,
Yeah, yeah, it was one of the few gigs that were like possible to attend also underage.
and it was sold out probably.
Oh yeah, probably not sure if I remember,
Yeah.
but probably.
So what is or was your favorite Uniklubi song?
I remember that the album Geha, maybe that was a good album, and I remember that the first song from the album was my favorite. Unfortunately, I don't remember what the song was
Let's check
called.
because I have the album, but it's in Italy. So,
Okay.
uh, Uniclubi. So let's get to the 2005. Kierta Kakeha is the first one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I also remember how it starts. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a
Weird
good
trip
album.
to the
It's a good
memory
album.
lane. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. I have interviewed Jussi from Uniclubi a few years ago, and he was so excited to be interviewed in English.
Okay.
It was like a kid. It was so nice.
Well, yeah,
So
they have been kind of laying low recently, or at least I haven't heard anything from them.
yeah, they released a few years ago. Was it Corona time? Maybe can't remember
Hmm.
anymore. They released at least one album, but it's not that rock anymore. It's more
It's
like
different.
yeah, it's different. There was this one song, a ballad that I like, even if it's not rock, but whatever. And I don't know. It's a good one.
Maybe
It's
I
more
need to check it
emotional.
out.
Yeah, yeah. It was it Sipi Ricco? Just let me check
Okay.
because I can't remember anything. Of course I can. So let's see those important things for people that are watching Metal Pizza
Yeah.
episode. So
This is why they are watching.
yeah, yeah. They actually released one album in 2023 called Kadexon.
Hmm.
But I
Okay.
think that the one in 2020, yeah, Si Piricco is the one that I like. Yeah.
I will check it out.
Yeah, yeah. But let's go to the random topic. Okay, there
Oh
were
no.
some random topic in our discussion now, but let's see. I think that this one is good. And we have art. So we were talking about art before,
Yeah, we
but
haven't discussed about art
yeah,
yet.
all the time it's art. Art is everywhere. But beside the music and poetry, there is any other art that you like?
Well, of course, I like all kinds of like picture art that gives me a lot of inspiration. I follow a lot of photographers in Instagram and also some people who make art themselves, like paintings and stuff. And also, I really love tattoo art. That's kind of its own art style, really,
Yeah,
although there are many sub styles, of course. But in Reddit, I follow many like these tattoo places, and then it's so interesting to see how different people are kind of portraying different stuff. Like if you give some kind of idea, make a tattoo out of this, and then what the end result is, that those are my favorite posts there, because people usually put like, yeah, this was my idea and this is what I got. And that's
yeah,
so interesting.
yeah. Do you like also to go to see art exhibition?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Sadly, there are not that many around here where I live, but usually we have in every few years we have gone to Helsinki and other places to, if there has been some interesting art stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Do you go to Chiasma to see when you go to Helsinki to see the exhibition or where?
Yeah, I have been many
Yeah,
times. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's nice. Do you like also more classical stuff, more like historical art?
Yeah, yeah, of course. And it's, I think, Well, I'm not sure because I have not studied any art at all, so I don't know like what is impressionism and what is this and that. But I see a picture and I like it or I don't. But yeah, I have a few very old paintings that I like, and I have drawn inspiration from them to something.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Because you
great.
the old, like very old paintings also have they have very gruesome like topics, and
Yeah,
also they are, you can find very very dark and gory things from from them, so that's a source of inspiration too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. If we think about uh like the I cannot pronounce it.
Renaissance.
Yeah, yeah. So that time it's quite dark, but not
Yeah.
only that, there are a lot of great names that did quite dark painting, and then you look at them and yeah, yeah, what's going on here?
Yeah, that's some paintings I have seen. Yeah, that's my thought exactly. Like, okay, what were you eating and drinking when you made this?
And then what is amazing is the sculptures. Uh, there are when I went to Florence, and there was this um, David statue, and or all the other. It's like incredible. Like they look like real. How
Yeah,
all the minimal details are in there. It's how is possible, and it was before all the technology things, and they were
yeah,
like
that's just amazing. I remember one statue that I have not seen, but I have only seen pictures of it. And there's like this woman, and there's this like fabric or veil
yeah,
over
yeah.
her, and it's just
I have the image in my mind. I can't remember
yeah,
the name, but yeah,
that's so amazing.
yeah, yeah. And thinking about the Nightwish album once, the picture is from the cemetery. I can't remember. Was it in Rome, or maybe I'm wrong? But
Hmm.
it's also nice to think, at least in Italy. Uh, Now it sounds a bit weird if I say it's nice to go to take a walk in the cemetery and
Well,
watch
it
the art,
is.
but it is, and it's so interesting. There are those very old family tombs or
like
whatever they
like
are.
mausoleums
Yeah,
or
yeah, those.
yeah.
And
Okay.
it's amazing to with all this art, and then you look the name, and when they were living, and so a bit of you think, so what those people were doing, how long they lived,
Yeah,
how many are there. So it's I don't know, I find it fascinating.
yeah.
Yeah,
I also like to stroll cemeteries. But yeah, in Finland, it's like cemeteries are very boring because there are like cubic stones after
yeah,
another. So there are only like very few cemeteries with a bit older graves, but then even those, there might be like a bit more different, like a cross that has some engravings on it, but not like when you go to places like Italy, it's nothing to compare.
yeah. Also, I think that it's the difference is in the religion, because Italy is a Catholic country, and of course the cemetery is different, and the on there is always the picture, or not always, but most of the most of them you can find the picture and you see how the person that is lying there
Yeah.
was. So
Yeah, in
that's
Finland
something.
we rarely have those. And I think it's also about the like the length of the history of
Mm,
the country, because in Italy that's like you can go 1,000 years back,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
in Finland there's like only a few hundred years. So
yeah,
I think that's also a factor.
yeah. But I think that it's more because maybe there will be more in Finland if in the, you know, there is this idea the old, let's get rid of the old and put
Yeah.
new. And in Italy, you cannot do that. So it's always uh, if there is some historical um, historical stuff that can be valued from the art council. I'm not sure what
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
in English. So they have to get all the paper before be able to do something new on a certain spot. But if
Okay,
they
so it's
find some,
like illegal to go just to
yeah, it's
smash
quite
some
different
stuff.
because yeah, I think that in Finland it's I was looking at some old photos how it was, for example, I live close to Pori, and there is this Pori line um, journal that come every week, and sometimes there are Pori today and Pori yesterday, and then what's wrong, why they put this when there
Yeah,
was that beautiful thing there, what's wrong with them?
that's true. That's true. Like in Finland, we have, or we do every day, we destroy the history, and that's a weird mindset
Yeah.
somehow.
And I mean, in Finland, there are a lot of um, great um, new buildings and stuff, but still, it will be nice to keep something that is old and take care of it, and because it tells stories, so it's
Yeah,
history.
that's
It's not
like
history.
I don't see any reason why old stuff and new architecture couldn't coexist. Why does it have to be like either or? I
Yeah,
think there should be both.
yeah, yeah. It's hard. It's hard to think that what why they are doing like this. But well, I'm not an architect or whatever, so maybe there are things that I cannot understand and that make sense. Yeah, but let's take another topic and let's see. This one feels good. Well, I don't know. It's cars. So, do you drive?
Yes, I do a lot actually. I have a very long distance to my workplace, and also I have a very long distance to all the other guys when we have to go to the band rehearsals. So I drive a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Do you like to drive?
Well, sometimes, because I think the car is also a safe space in a way. I practice a lot of singing in the car, so that's kind of making use of the time that I have to drive. And also sometimes it's very, because I like to be alone and I like to kind of just be and not talk to anyone. So sometimes I cannot think anything better than just drive somewhere, listen to some podcast or audiobook or something, and just be there.
Yeah, yeah. What car do you own?
I have an Audi, and it's now I will be embarrassing myself, but it's maybe A3, Audi A3. It's the smaller one, where where you can just fit one dog in the back. That's how I measure my cars. How many dogs can you fit in the car?
So you have one dog, or do you have
Uh,
more?
we have right now we have four dogs,
Okay, but
but
you have more than one car then.
yeah, yeah. My husband has this like
Bigger
what is
one.
it called? Bigger car, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. This wagon.
Yeah, yeah, and it has a lot more space in the back, so there
Yeah,
you can just pull all the dogs.
yeah. What dogs do you have?
We have two Norwegian elkhounds,
Okay.
and I have one Belgian Shepherd, and then we have one mixed breed. And there is, I think, if I remember correctly, there is some kind of, well, she looks like a retriever, Labrador retriever, but big. But I think those were not the breeds that she has. There was some kind of a hunting dog, and I'm not sure, but she looks like a huge black lab.
Yeah. Are the dogs all getting along well?
Yeah, yeah, actually they do. And I'm very pleased about that because I have at some point uh years back I had a combination of dogs that one dog didn't like the other, and it was such a hassle because sometimes you had to put them in different places, and
Mm.
it was always like you were living in fear that
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they start to fight. And but yeah, right now everyone is getting along great,
That's
and
great.
they also play together. That's so
Nice.
heartwarming to see.
Yeah. Do you have any other pet?
No, no, at the moment I
No.
don't. But my mom has some sheep and goats
Okay.
that I go to see some some days.
Yeah, yeah. And you are more a dog person.
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah,
kind of I understand dogs more, maybe.
yeah, 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 yeah. There is always this fight between dog and cat persons, and then I say that I'm neither. I love both, but if I have to choose an animal, it will be a pig.
Yeah, oh my God, I would so much like to have a big like these hairy pigs that there
Yeah,
is
the one
that
that
have like this
they have the
crested hair.
yeah, they are
Oh,
so
that's my
beautiful.
dream.
Yeah. And the pig will be the boss in the house, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then I would like to go out with the pig, and everybody looking with their dog, looking at, or with cat, because there are people
Yeah.
going around with cat, looking to my beautiful pig. I also have a name, because it's going to be a hare, and it's going to be Gisella. I think that
Oh
it's
my
a
God,
perfect,
that's such a pig name.
yeah, I think it's a perfect
Perfect.
name. Maybe one day I will have my pig.
Maybe. I hope so. If
Yeah,
you get your pig before I do, you need to call me and I will
yeah,
come see the pig.
yeah, of course.
It's the deal.
Yeah. Do you have a name idea for your future pig?
No, that I do not have. That's I think that's because it hasn't come to a state of realism yet. I think
Yeah,
the name comes when I see the pig.
yeah. And if okay, this is your name.
Yeah.
Maybe now I have this Gisella name for the pig, but maybe I'm going to have a male pig. No, it sounds so we're a male pig.
Where he
What?
can also be Giselle, who's stopping you.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, but yeah, I can change my mind when I see the the pig that is going to be mine. Maybe it will be just a dream, but we are living to make our dreams uh, come true, isn't like this?
Yes.
So
Yes.
I have a dream, have a pig.
Well, me too. So
Yeah,
that
that's a
in
beautiful
this
dream.
conversation, it's normal.
Yeah, indeed. I don't know what people watching this episode is going to think. What do you think, people, about having a pig as pet? Please let
Uh,
us know.
Yeah, like random topic, cars. Yeah, I want to have a pig.
Yeah, we went a bit, we drift a bit away from the cars thing, but yeah,
But
well,
I'm sorry, pigs are more interesting than cars at the
that's
moment.
true. That's true.
Car is
But
just for like driving from one
yeah,
place to another. So I don't have a personal relationship with my
yeah,
car
they
like
don't
that.
give you emotional attachment.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no.
they are just an object.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, useful, but an object. But let's going to talk now. Let's get to the most important thing in the world. Pig is important, but now let's get to the most important. That is pizza. do you,
Okay.
do you like pizza?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. What's your favorite pizza?
My favorite pizza would be probably some kind of mozzarella and pesto, and then there has to be like fresh arugula on top.
Okay.
That's like a must have.
Yeah, so something that give a balance because the pesto is strong, but then when you
Yeah,
put the rucola on, then it's m- more fresh in a way. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and it's nice. It gives a nice texture to it. Like it's a little bit crispy, and it's
yeah,
great.
yeah. It makes sense. It makes sense. Um, what do you think about pineapple on pizza? Does pineapple belong to pizza?
There are right answers and wrong answers, but I accept pineapple in a pizza. It has a place. Not every pizza, and I have seen some abominations which have included pineapple, but it has not been the pineapple's fault that it has been there. Pineapple has a place in pizza as when it's like complements the taste of the other ingredients, but it's not like you should put pineapple on every pizza because that's weird.
Yeah, I personally I don't like the pineapple on pizza, but if it's not on my pizza, whatever. But you know, I ask every time this question to all my guests, and I like when there is the thinking why there was someone that was thinking why pineapple doesn't go to pizza, and then he was like, "It's not the pizza, it's the tomato that it was just thinking all the." And then I was like, "Wow, I I just go with my own taste." But it's so nice when someone is thinking more and where the pineapple go and where not. Yeah, that's interesting. It's a thinking about a topic that divide the world.
Well, yeah, because there I think there can be like to some pizzas pineapple can go and to some definitely not. So the answer is yes and no.
Yeah, yeah. And you gave quite similar answer that Ansi Kippo from Astia Studio gave. It's quite similar as
Okay.
you, also as you said it. So it's fun to hear what people thinks. And also this metal pizza started with the question, does ananas belong to pizza? So that's the question. Yeah, but where did you eat the worst pizza? ever?
There are so many worst pizzas that I have had to eat. So, well, definitely in Finland, it's a fucking wild ride, really, because sometimes you go to some gas station and then there is nothing else but pizza, and then you just have to do it. And it's terrible. Maybe like the most horrible pizza is if the bottom is too thick. Like it's okay, pan pizzas are a different thing
Yeah,
altogether, but when it's supposed to be a normal pizza and then it's like this thick and then it's like soggy and then there's like this weird mystery meat on it and too much cheese and it's
mm,
no so maybe like yeah, usually gas station pizza is a no-go, but
yeah,
sometimes
yeah,
you just have to. And
yeah,
in Finland we have this weird thing which you can buy from a regular store. It's called metri pizza,
yeah,
and that I don't understand because it's not a pizza. It's like a pie to me,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think. Like, yes, there are some good flavors, and sometimes I do eat it, but I don't think that's pizza. Someone somewhere has misunderstood something.
Yeah. Something went wrong.
Yeah, somewhere. That's not
Yeah.
pizza.
But where did you eat the best pizza then?
Best would probably be. Damn, I don't remember the place, but it was a very interesting combination. There was like chicken and blue cheese, and then there was like some kind of mango chutney
Okay.
or something like it was a very interesting combination, and the bottom of the pizza was perfect. It was like crispy, and it was made in an actual pizza oven like you should.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's that came to mind, but I don't know why I don't remember the place, because maybe I should if I would want to go there again. But it was
Maybe
probably
it
not
will
in
come
Finland.
to your yeah, maybe it will come to your mind later while you are
Maybe.
sleeping.
Yeah. Sometimes that happens.
So if Ryogan will be a pizza, what this pizza would look and taste like? What topics would be on this pizza?
Oh my gosh. Well, I think there would be a lot of different topics, but somehow they would still be in harmony together. Like maybe there would be like it would be one pizza, but there would be different sections on it that would have different topics. Maybe
Yeah. Oh,
that might be it. It would be a shareable pizza, but something would keep it together as one pizza.
what will be this ingredient on the top of the pizza that will keep it together? It's going
I
to be
think
the cheese.
there would be the arugula, which I
Okay.
like, and that would be on the whole pizza, and also definitely some Parmesan cheese
Okay. Yeah.
that would keep it together.
Yeah. That's a good combo. Yeah. But now it's time to answer to the question that the previous guest left for you. So the question is, what's the worst thing you can do in an amusement park?
Oh dear. Mm, I think the worst thing could be to dress as a clown and like not work there, but just randomly dress as a clown and go through the park and do awkward things, like very awkward. Maybe not scare people, but just do very awkward things like stare people and stand somewhere in a weird position or go ask some stupid things from people. And yeah, that would be a terrible idea.
Now it's your time to leave a question for the next guest that I have no idea is going to be one or multiple people, but up on you what to ask.
Well, I think I have to draw inspiration from my surroundings. So maybe I'm gonna ask, what is the next guest's favorite stuffed toy and why?
I like this. So that's one is your favorite.
Yeah, this is my emotional support unicorn.
That's beautiful. But yeah, we are at the end of this episode of Metal Pizza. Thank you so much. It was really fun to chat with you.
Thank you. It was
And
great.
yeah, I hope you had fun.
I did.
Yeah. And let's hope to have the pigs in the future. But
Definitely.
yeah, but would you like to say something to people that are watching it?
Well, maybe I would like to say that if you already own a pig, hit me up.
Yeah,
I
let
like
us
to meet
know how
pigs.
is it to yeah what we need to do to take care of a pig and stuff like this. Just
Yeah,
drop in
we
the
need to
comments
learn.
so we can go to read the comments when we are going to have a pig.
Yes. And
Thank you.
also, of course, come to the album stream.
Yeah,
I started with it and I will end with it.
yeah.
That's
So
important.
the link is going to be in the description. So please buy the ticket and watch the live stream.
Yes, it will be very exciting.
Yeah. Great. Thank you.
Thank you.